This video is going to focus on bleeding in pregnancy or antepartum hemorrhage. One of the ways to approach bleeding in pregnancy is to think about which trimester is the mum presenting in. That's going to help you think about a differential diagnosis and think about conditions that you want to rule out. For example, if a mum presents in the first trimester, you'd be thinking about an ectopic pregnancy or a miscarriage. In the second trimester, you'd be thinking more placental abruption. In the third trimester, you'd be thinking more placental abruption or placenta previa. And in any trimester, you'd be wanting to rule out cervical cancer as well. So all these conditions require immediate management or immediate referral. But of course, there are other benign conditions to read up on that can cause bleeding in pregnancy. And it's important to note that up to 50% of bleeding in pregnancy cases, no cause is found. So that concludes a quick presentation on bleeding in pregnancy.
I think one of the most important things I hope to achieve is to get to know other colleagues and how they're meeting their challenges and kind of the ways that they look for solutions to problems, especially in leadership.
I'm really hoping to learn from the faculty and also my peers and see how I can develop as a leader.
So it's actually inspired me to really think deeply about who I am, not just as a leader, but as a person.
Just by connecting me with some really interesting people who have already had some great achievements and who I think will go on to have even greater achievements.
The HLA has empowered me to consider leadership in all its shapes and sizes and to recognise that I am also a leader.
I like to be pushed a little bit out of my comfort zone, so I think when you start to feel uncomfortable with things, that's a good stimulus for growth. If you're not feeling uncomfortable, then I think you start to stagnate, and I think that's what the HLA offers as an opportunity to do.
To think about my own leadership style and also to try and put on paper some initiatives I'd like to lead in the future.
I can develop as a leader of the team that I'm already involved in with MediSense, but also pick up extra skills that will make me more effective in leading medical clinical teams in the future.
Okay. So hi, my name is Eamon. I'm a final year medicine at University.Academy. I'm also the S.Docs community manager. So today I'm here with Babi. Babi, will you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Babi. I'm a fourth year medical student at the University of Birmingham, and I'm also Director of Communications for We Are Medics. So today me and Eamon are doing an S.Docs chats. It's episode 7, and we're going to talk about making friends at medical school.
Sorry. Thank you so much, Babi. Sorry to interrupt you there. So guys, remember to keep up to date with us by joining the S.Docs Facebook group, join the S.Docs Slack, and liking and subscribing to the Medics.Academy YouTube channel. So, Babi, would you like to start with how you kind of started making friends in medical school?
Yeah, sure. So I think I don't know, like maybe like the first and easiest place to like make friends is your flat. So most people share a flat with however many people. So in my flat we were a flat of 6, and I had one other medic in my flat, but I didn't like feel positively or negatively towards the fact that I had another medic. Like that wasn't something on my agenda. I just wanted to make friends, full stop, in general. But my house was really lovely. I know that some people might not be as lucky to have even one person that they really get along with in their house, but it's really important when you like get to medical school, you get to university, that you just honestly like get stuck in, put yourself out there, make friends with different people, you know, have dinner hopefully around about the same time that other people are in the kitchen, just so you can get nattering away. But I really had fun with my house. Like I don't know, it's just like really nice memories. Our flat was quite nice-ish, but the sofas were literal rocks, so it wasn't the most comfy place to socialize, but I'd just like always be like lying down in like weird angles and positions on the sofa whilst everyone was cooking, because you just couldn't get comfy on those sofas. But I've got like loads of memories of us just like watching films and being like, oh, let's have like a cozy night in on the bricks. But yeah, that was my house experience. Did you share a flat with anyone in your first year?
Yeah, so I was in university accommodation, and I shared with, oh my god, like it feels like so long ago now. I'm final year, like first year feels like a century ago. It was 6 people, and it was actually 2 medics. So, and because of how our university organized, we are very cut off from like the other kind of um like what do you oh my courses. Like forgot the name of courses. Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's been so long since you've met anyone who doesn't do medicine that you just what's that thing called? Not medicine, just everything else.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, yeah, I like just randomly forgetting words. Anyway, but yeah, so like we literally only have like health stuff. So it's like radiology, nursing, so basically neuroscience, that kind of stuff on campus. But we had quite an interesting mix. We had like law, philosophy, then radiography, then biomed science, and then medicine. So ours is kind of a weird house in that like everyone else was like a flat with like, how would you say, like 10 people or so, or 7 people on each floor, but like we like went up and up and up and up. So like we were one house but with like multiple floors but with like 7 people all together.
See, I think that's quite a common thing up north, because my really good friends up north, they literally even in their first year houses, like it's literally a house, and they have like flats, because I think each floor has a kitchen, but they are literally one house. Like you could go upstairs and then it is the next flat, but it is genuinely just like a shared house. So like what most people live in Birmingham in sort of second, third, fourth, fifth, however many years, when you're not in halls, you sort of rent a house together in the nearby area with a few of your friends, and it's literally like a big house, but you each have your own bedroom, then that's what you rent. But that was literally unheard of in first year when I was in my little flat, and I was like, wait, what? You guys have a house, we call it flats, but you can literally go upstairs and use anyone's kitchen. I was like, no thank you. My kitchen door stays shut. Like no, it's already a mess with the 5 of us in there, or the 6 of us. We don't need like an extra like 15 people.
But it was, honestly, I would say that it was quite nice. I think I got along more with like, there were people that like I met by doing UD activities, like from the med and stuff like that I got along with, and that's who I kind of hung out with more. Although I was close with like my floor neighbor who was like across the hall from me, doing philosophy. Yeah, but like it was interesting. Like it was very interesting because like I don't party at all. Like I hardly party at all, honestly. And like some of the people in my flat like partied like all the time. So it was very interesting first year.
Yeah, difference of lifestyles.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that connection. You mentioned about how you found like a lot of your friends that you're still very close to from doing uni activities, and I vouch that. So anyone who's like watching and is sort of like preparing or like whatever for uni and thinking about how they're going to like get stuck in, get loads of friends, I 100% back that. Get involved in so many societies and activities, especially in your first and second year. Like you've just got the time in the world and the energy in the world to like go and do it. And once you've like secured your space in these societies, then in the subsequent years when you're getting like a little bit more busy, or all of that stuff, you will still be thought of as like like someone that just is always there or has to be there, in the sense that if you're not there, people will miss you, people will invite you to all of these things, and that's like a nice feeling to be like one of the like internal committee, sort of the ones that are always sort of there like in heart and mind. But I in first year joined netball, Med.Soc netball, and I just absolutely love it. I love the girls. It's like a little family, and now that I'm sort of each year I've been like involved in committee because I've just loved it so much. So first year I was a fresher, second year I was social sec with my best friend. It was so much fun. Third year we did I was captain, now I'm vice captain. It's just so much fun, and I like genuinely love every week having netball, and I love seeing that different group of girls that I wouldn't sort of bump into. So it's almost similar to what you're saying in your accommodation. So you had just allied healthcare professionals and obviously medics, but in netball, because it's medsoc, it's everyone in the medical school buildings. So that includes dentists, dental hygienists, biomedical scientists, biomedical engineers, like the whole lot. But I would have not met half of those girls if I was just going through, you know, medicine, doing my course. I would never have met them. But because we're doing a sport that we all enjoy together, we're all quite similar characters. We were all on the same team last year, and it was just amazing. Like, I love seeing them. We've got our first game on Thursday, so it was just like,
Oh, that's like so exciting though. Like,
yeah.
I think like sports societies are so interesting. Like, they always have such a good like group dynamic going.
That's what I love. I love the fact that it's like a big family, and like everyone is so like tight knit. Some of my friends have like graduated. I remember being in first year and then looking up to the third years, the fourth years, and the fifth years, and I was so close to them just because they just want more people who are like them to join the society. And our bond is that we all love the team. We all love like just being like girls who play the sports, who like are fun and outgoing and all of this stuff. But some of them are now graduated, and I don't know, like I see a picture and they're like, oh my god, I love you so much, I miss you, come back. You know, it's one of those bonds where like you see each other maybe once a week if you're lucky at training, or like at least once a month, but you're just like, oh my god, how are you, like how's the season, you know, what are you doing, what placement are you on? I just love it. So I cannot plug enough, you don't have to do a sport, but just do something that you're really interested in, because you will meet people who are interested in the same things, because they've obviously like gone for the same society or club, and you'll just have a great time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really good point about you. Like, I think that's the kind of the what I think about it. Like that, like as you say, it doesn't just have to be a sport. Like personally, I'm not
Yeah.
a sporty person. I like I don't even watch any sports. Like, and I would not know any like football teams, teams. like literally, like I think someone told me about something
Arsenal,
The Villa.
Aston Villa,
Aston Villa.
Birmingham represent.
I was like, when as soon as like someone says Aston Villa, like I started thinking of like a a house villa.
Yeah, like a pretty villa in Aston.
So I was a bit confused. But anyway, like I'm sports.
Yeah.
Um,
Not the one for you.
yeah, but like in second year, I think I got involved with expression. Like,
Yeah.
met like a really interesting group of people, and like literally the president of Set Expression I still like hang out with from time to time today, like even after like last year, like no we're like social distancing, so like hanging out with but like before then, and yeah, it was like so interesting. Like all the societies that I've been in, like I would say that like you find someone that like you find quite interesting, or like you do an event and then you find like a person that you get along with, and
exactly.
So, like,
And I'm a big advocate for like having as many different groups of friends as possible, because it just means that you have like diversity in your life, and they bring different things. So, you know, although you are hopefully the same in each scenario, but the type of people you attract, yes, they will be similar because they will be similar to you, which is why you get on. But it's so weird to think how different friend groups are. So I don't know if you can like think of just a few different friends, but they just are so different. Like my home friends are very different to my uni friends, but my uni best friends are very different to my netball friends, and my housemates are my best friends, but they're very different to my other friends and my home friends and my house. Do you know what I mean? It's so different, but you just have like a great time with each group, but in a different way. So, you know, if I'm feeling like a netball catch up because I really want like that sort of group of girls for whatever reason, I'm like, okay, let's go, we've got this possibility. Or if I'm feeling like a really wholesome night, I'll be like, okay, let's FaceTime my home friends and stuff like that. So, but in first year, I think I only got involved in netball I think I think I signed up to a lot of things, but I only like took up netball because I was spending a lot of time with my housemates, well, my flatmates and my friends, and getting into uni. So I think I just thought, okay, I'll just go for the one sport and not do anything otherwise. But in second year, I really pushed myself and being like, okay, have a look at different volunteering opportunities, different charities and different societies that aren't sport, because I'm always going to continue netball each year. But I was like, let's add something new. Let's either volunteer or work with a society that will do some sort of good. And I've met a whole new different group of people. I've really enjoyed doing that, however many times a month that we have activities or like volunteering stuff. So it's really about like finding stuff that you will make friends in, but also that you'll enjoy / it will benefit you further on. So really like just sign up to all of these things, put your email down, and it's so easy to like unsubscribe. Like these people don't even have like a proper like, you know, like if you subscribe to some sort of like Amazon whatever or market etc, like you have to click on the website, go back, and then like at the bottom and do a survey, whatever. No, like a uni thing, it's literally like, please email us if you don't want to be on our list, and you email back like, sorry, I'm not interested. They're like, done, boom. So,
Yeah, I don't even like, honestly, I think like when I think about it, like there's things that I signed up to, but I just never got back to them.
Yeah, 100%.
But like it was mainly, I don't think like they really follow up unless like you kind of push it. It's sometimes it is so, for me it was like very hard because like whenever it was something like that I signed up to, like a lot of times it used to be like over on the like big campus,
right,
which was literally like miles away. And like when it got to like 0 degrees Celsius outside, like,
the effort dropped. Yeah,
I was like, I'm not sure about that one, but yeah. But any other, let's like, I'm trying to think of like advice for like making friends. I would say like for me, I would say put yourself out there, because I am not a social person. I am very like, I'm very reserved.
Oh, I'm actually surprised at that.
Really? No, like,
Yeah.
Like I feel if I am comfortable with you, then I will talk to you.
Yeah.
But like, even like if I'm comfortable with you, like I prefer like to listen to like what people have to say rather than like talk about myself that much.
Fair enough.
And like when
that works when you're making friends. Actually, if you find a chatterbox like me, then you can just listen up like, oh my god, Eamon's great. Like you just listen to, yeah, it was great. Like the conversation was amazing. Actually, think about it. I spent like 95% of the time talking, but I think he enjoyed listening to me.
Oh, can you actually imagine?
That actually would have happened, I'm sure, sometime in first year.
But yeah, but I mean, like if you're like me and you're not a social butterfly, and you like, and people actually like not like scare you, but like you kind of like don't talk to people that much, like just like out of like your own like volition, basically. I would definitely say like just try to like harness all your bravery, like just hold it like in your chest or something like that, and like just walk out to somebody and talk to them, basically. Talk to someone new that you don't know. Like that's my advice, I guess.
Well, I think it's quite good that the two of us are doing this chat, because we've got you who said that you're a little bit more sort of on the shy foot when it comes to like meeting new people, and me who's very much like, oh my god, hi everyone, my name is Mavi, like how you doing? So you can give like both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
But I definitely agree with you. Even if you are super confident, even if you're not, like, by the way, like a side note, it doesn't mean one or the other of you is more likely to be liked or more likely to get friends. So don't think that because you're a bit more shy that you won't be able to like make friends or fit in. That's absolutely not the case. But going back to my point, so when you, even if you're like really confident, loud, find things easy, just make sure that you do put yourself out there, because you know, you can be all of these things, but if you're just staying in your room or just socializing with your flat, then other people won't get to know these qualities of yours. So you need to make sure that you're going to places where you will meet other people. So like go to medical school, go to your seminars and meet like the group of people that you'll be with either just that day or for the rest of the year. For some people, like mine was for the whole year. And just, yeah, like they will, in first year, they will definitely do activities to help you guys make friends, to like introduce you to each other, like break the ice a little bit. You will bond over the hardships of the degree. You will bond over like annoying lecturers or really good lecturers or things that you all get confused on. Like it will come really naturally, but it's just about the time. So if you put more effort in to do all these different activities or go meet different people, or like go to a random, like, I don't know, sit down dinner or blah, 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 things that are put on by the medical school, by the universities, by societies, you will make friends sort of earlier, but it doesn't mean at the end of the day you'll have more friends, but it's just about how, you know, how much time you have, what you want to do, what you'll have fun with doing. Don't, if you really don't like going out and doing these things, don't force yourself to do them, because you're not going to have fun. And if you don't feel confident in, you know, the environment that you're going to be with, you're probably not going to be your best person, and also the friends that you're going to make probably won't be people that you stay close with. So that's the whole point that we were talking about before. Find a society or a club that you will genuinely really enjoy, or you think you will enjoy at least. So that way you will find out people who are similar to you. And, you know, any activity that you do or that you like to do, people who are similar to you will probably be doing that same activity. So if you really like to go to the gym and you are maybe introverted, or even if you're extroverted, like you go to the gym and you see someone who seems friendly, or they're like working out next to you and they say something to you, like spark that into a conversation, because obviously you have some sort of similar interests, otherwise you wouldn't both be going to the gym. Or, you know, if you're like waiting to queue up at Costa for a drink and someone like says something funny, like you can speak to them and be like, hey, like, how's your day? Or because in medical school we've got like a little Costa, that's right, a little flex from Birmingham. So, you know, you can be like, oh, what do you study? Because you're clearly both at medical school, so there's sort of like a little small pool of what could be studying in the medical school. But, you know, you both like Costa, so what a way to spark friendship.
I like just moving on to Costa. Like, I think the people at the bigger university just I think they love the fact that there's like this big thing, this big building called the Forum, and like they actually have a Pret inside.
Ooh.
So like it's very
That's such a South thing though, isn't it? A Pret inside.
So yeah, a Pret.
Yeah.
I think like Pret is like one of my favorite like food places.
Quite good, to be fair.
Like their sandwiches are just amazing.
Yeah, I think I remember having like a toasty and being like, well, this is pretty good. That's another thing. I love food. So if I find someone who loves food as well, I'm like, let's have like a dinner together. Like you cook you cook like mains, I'll cook a pudding, and then we'll have that. And that's like a great way to be like, yeah, cool, all right, why not? And you've also got to remember that making friends in first year, I think, is normally easier than what you put in your head, because also everyone's in the same position. Like no one comes to uni with like 50 friends at the same university. Everyone's trying to make friends. Everyone's trying to like get to know people that are similar to them. And just literally, if you're just like walking into any building and you see someone, and just be like, hi, how are you, good morning, do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't hurt anyone to be a bit friendly and to just say like nice things, because even if this person isn't going to be your best friend or someone that you keep in contact, at least you've definitely made their day by smiling and saying hello. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, like that is such a good point. Like literally, I remember for most of my lectures, definitely first year, I feel like I try to sit down. Like usually I didn't come in like with my friends, because like they were at different flats. So I would like sit down with a new person probably every single day, and like I just like introduce myself to them.
yeah, that's how it should be. And every single year you will meet new people, like I swear. Well, I'm obviously at a university where we have like loads of people in my year, but every single year I'm meeting new people. So you've just got to get used to introducing yourself. And also, as a medical student, you will introduce yourself to patients all the time. So it's not, you know, don't feel like scared by it all. And also, I think yeah, have faith in yourself, because you're nice people. Like everyone's different, but everyone's nice, I'd hope. Like, you've got onto the course, the medical schools see like a lot of great qualities in you, so why wouldn't someone next to you see that for a friend? Do you know what I mean? And definitely, like, when you're sat in the lecture theatre, I remember being like, oh my god, like I've walked in late, like I'm not going to be able to sit in with my friend, but I just like walk in and like look up, and like they're there, they're like waving, like they've got a seat, and I'm like, yes. Or even if they don't do that, you like sit next to someone, you'll be like, oh my god, like what is he on about? And everyone's like, oh my god, so true, I don't know what he's saying. Easy, bish bash bosh, done. Add me on Facebook, add me this, and then you message, and it's brilliant. Then tomorrow you're just like, I'm running in late, girls, can I have a seat? And they'll be like, yeah, of course.
I mean, that's such a good like method value. I remember like my lecture theater is a very small lecture theater because we're a small university, but
Yeah.
like the doors like open, and like when they close, they close automatically, and it like makes a big boom. So like if you're late, like like people turn around to see like who's late.
So we've got cameras facing the actual lecturers, so outside on the doors we can see if they've started. So that just built up my anxiety, because I'm like, oh god, they've started already, and I'm just like, if you look down, then they won't, like, then you're never late. No, it didn't happen. Okay, so I'd look down and like quickly like slip into a seat. But there was one lecturer who would literally be like, excuse me, you who's just like walked in for like 5 minutes late, and you'd just be like, oh my god, is he atting me? Like, I swear you're not allowed to do this. Is this illegal? Like, because you're a first year at this point. But one time one girl sort of got up to go to she just got up and she didn't take her bag, so I'm presuming she went out either to make a call or to go to the toilet or whatever, but she left her stuff there, so the intention was to come back. And then she goes, excuse me, where are you going? And this girl was just like, I'm going to the loo. And he was like, did you ask my permission? And we were all just there like, excuse me, sir, like, you need the loo. You don't know what's going on with this girl. Like, you don't know her condition. Maybe she's got like ulcerative colitis, IBS. Maybe it's like a female thing. Like, wow, maybe she just needs a wee. What is this problem? But hopefully that won't happen. But if it does, mentally brace yourself and just come back with some sort of like sassy but polite response, like, you know, I need to go, okay? And then boom, leave.
Yeah, I didn't really like. Do we still ask like people to go?
No, but I think he was going through a lot that day, because he must have. You don't just say that in front of like 350 people. Like, yeah, he had big sort of. Yeah, we were all like, did you hear what he just said? Yeah, so you were never late to his lectures, and you just peed yourself instead of leaving. Yeah, it was intense, but you know, here I am, a survivor.
I mean, okay. And also I think one, like, moving on from that, from peeing yourself. I think one more thing I would add is just like, I'd say like a lot of people, I feel, or for me at least, I feel like you kind of are scared of embarrassing yourself or saying something stupid.
Yeah.
But like, I'd say for that, like, don't worry about, like, I sometimes say stupid stuff. Like, I will admit that I sometimes say stupid stuff. Like, you move on and like,
and you laugh, hopefully. Hopefully it was funny stupid and not like mean stupid. But yeah, normally you just like laugh, move on, and you're like, okay, never gonna say that again. But do you know what I think I was like most worried about in terms of making friends was that, like, I thought, well, on my first day, like, who am I going to sit with at lunch? Like, who am I going to like walk with? Oh my God, it's going to be so embarrassing. Don't worry about that. Like, honestly, I think though that sort of stuff comes with the more sort of you get used to the environment and the more comfortable you get. And I guess the more friends you have, that you feel secure enough that you don't need to worry about what people think if you're alone. But you know, there will be times when your free periods don't match your friends' free periods. You go down, you buy some food or whatever, you sit, you have your food, watch Netflix on your phone or whatever. I remember literally being so stressed that I'm not gonna find like my best friend on the first day. Who am I going to sit with at lunch? Who am I going to do this? Who am I going to do that? And honestly, like, who cares? But you will, on that first day, medical schools will literally do so much to help you guys meet other people. You will not be in, you know, on your own. You will have, even if, you know, online, you'll have like Zoom calls, breakout rooms, whatever, where they'll introduce you to people in your class and give you opportunities to like speak to each other in like designated like teaching time, so you don't feel like you need to like message them afterwards, but just hang out with one of them or two of them who you think seem pretty cool and, you know, similar to you. And that's how like a friendship sort of blossoms. You just spend more time with someone, but you've got to like pick a few people to hang on to then spend time with. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one just suddenly spends loads of time with someone. I remember like my best friend now, we were in the same like group together, but I don't think we actually like spoke to each other for the first 5 days. And then I just decided to sit on a table with her, and then we just started talking and we just couldn't stop laughing. And then afterwards we realized we lived in the same block of flats. Like, she was like 2 floors down, and we were like, oh my god, cool. And she's like, come into my room. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And then we just spent loads of time together, and now we're best friends. But she still annoys me, but I love her, so, you know, it works. But that was only because we spent loads of time together that we were like, actually, you're really like similar to me, and I love it.
I think the similar thing happened to me, honestly. Like, one of my best friends, no, like, what would I say? Like, we were at interviews together, and like,
Oh my god.
I know, right? And it was so rude. Like, I mean, he didn't remember me. Like, I remembered him when we got to university, but he didn't remember me. And like, we just didn't talk for the whole of first year.
Yeah.
And then like we moved into like the same kind of like private accommodation area in second year, and that's kind of like, I had asked him to be like, do you have like kind of like a medic parent scheme?
Yeah.
So I asked him in like the end of first year, when like I was like, do you realize that we went to interviews together?
Yeah.
I was like, do you want to be like medic husbands, basically?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, over second year, that's kind of how we got better. And yeah, now I can literally talk to him for like hours about absolute garbage.
I just love that sort of friendship. And I love the stories about, you know, oh, how did we become friends? Well, I'll tell you, like, and it's great because every friendship will have like a completely different story. Because you meet people in different situations. Like, some people, I literally met in, you know, the nights out that the medical school organized, well, the medical society organized for us. Some will be netball, some will be like literally like random people on the street, some will be in like a chicken shop, some will be like in Tesco. But it's all like funny, and it's all literally just like meeting people your own age and being like, oh my god, those crisps are amazing. They'll be like, oh my god, you love them too? And I'm like, yeah, but I think people don't like them as much as we do. And then you just get talking to someone's like, oh, okay, let me like add you on Facebook, what's your name? And then literally a few days later you'll just get a message like, oh, me and some friends are like having a movie night, I'm bringing the crisps, like, do you want to come over? And it's like, yeah, why not? Like, you live like a few doors across or whatever. Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, like, I would say, as Navi said, like, don't even worry, like, because you don't even have to, like, you can make friends the first year, and you continuously make friends. Like, I mean, like I hope one of my other like friends sees this. Like, literally, he literally admitted to me, because we lived together like last year, and then I moved to Torbay. He's still in Exeter. He admitted to me like he met me in second year because he came over with a group of friends with another group of friends. And he was like, at first he thought I was kind of weird. I was like, excuse
me?
I was like, you've lived with me for 2 years, and like, you've just dropped this truth bomb on me. Like, how am I ever supposed to survive this? No, like, I mean, you think someone's weird, and then like
then they become your best friend. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, that's just how things work.
Yeah. Another thing that I want to sort of say is that don't think, you know, your first week, month, year of medical school making friends or this friend group is like forever, not in like a bad way, in the sense that, you know, if you love your friends now, that's great, like that's a good thing. But if, you know, you haven't made as many friends as you thought you would, or you haven't like found your people yet, that's not an indicator of how the whole degree is going to go. Not at all. Because like I said, every year you will meet new people, you will find different friendship groups, you will do different activities to hone in and find your people. So even like in between first term and second term, I met like a whole new different group of friends that I love. In second year, I found some new best friends, literally like my housemates. I didn't really know them before we lived together. In second year, I love them all to pieces now. And in third year, I met like a new group of housemates. I love them as well, like a new set of best friends. But each year I just find more and more people. But I still have that group from first year, second year, third year, the netball girls. I still have them to like add on to. And I think that's the like brilliance of just pushing yourself out there, doing like random things. If you wanted to try, I just started dancing. I don't really dance. I get really self-conscious, but I thought like, why not? I have time. I would really like to do something. So I'm just going to go dancing. And I went and I've made a few friends. I know some people that I'm already friends with, but I didn't realize we're doing this. So it's another thing that I can get close to different people with. But just each year, like try something new. If that's like the one thing that you do that year, just have fun. You know, if you like art, go to an art exhibition with, you know, art sock or whatever. Really, like I encourage just doing this sort of stuff that just puts you out there.
Yeah, I like that is the perfect like I mean the perfect end to this episode. Thank you so much, Babi.
Welcome.
So guys, I hope that this was helpful for the first years or second years, especially with everything happening, like where you can't actually mix with households. Hopefully you can get some fun Zoom stuff going on. Zoom.
Oh my god, Zoom quizzes, bring them back.
I think I would like a Zoom movie night. I need to organize a Zoom movie night.
Netflix party. Stop with the Zoom stuff. It's Netflix party. You're just describing Netflix party.
Okay, a Netflix party.
Yes, Netflix party. For Halloween, horror night.
Oh my gosh, that would be so good. I need to see something.
Or
Like,
if you're not in like, if the rules permit it, like do like a socially distanced event, or you know, with like a few friends, or just meet up with people in the library and stuff like that. Like you can keep doing these things, but once you've got, you know, a few people that you get along with, that like security with those groups of people, do activities, do things like message them, do a FaceTime, do a Zoom. I would literally FaceTime my best friend from first year after meeting her for like 2 weeks, and we were 2 floors apart, and I'd just ring her and I'd be like, what's up, what are you doing? And she'd be like, nothing, just having some cheese. I was like, all right, I'm coming down now. And she's like, okay. And then I just come down in my pajamas, you know, like even if you can't actually go down and have cheese with your best friend, just FaceTime them and have cheese at home in your different rooms, catch up with the drama that happens in medical school, because I know it happens.
oh my god, like medical school drama is like so. Oh, it's so
because you know quite a lot of the people involved in the stories, or the lecturers, or the rooms that you know someone like broke their leg swinging off like the wheelie chair. Like you just know the place, and you can just imagine these people doing it. That's what I love about it.
And then like you literally like, even like when you like hear like from the younger years, like you just hear it from like your medic children or whatever, like the drama from the younger years, you're like,
yeah, like, oh my god, excuse me, what? Yeah, I love
it. Yeah. Anyhow, medical school drama will be another episode. But
yeah. Don't get my book out.
We'll be giving receipts, bringing receipts. Yeah,
like, giving them out. I don't know. We'll just do it all if you want.
So this has been S-Stars with Eamon, episode 7, making friends in medical school. Remember to join our Slack group, join the S-Stars Facebook group, and also like and subscribe to the Medics.Academy YouTube channel to keep up to date with our content. See you guys next time.
Bye.
So these are some key pathologies in global health ophthalmology. I think they're all key because they're 5 of the leading causes of global blindness and visual impairment. You may appreciate as we go through that some of these conditions have little impact in high-income countries, and all of the blindness that they cause can be prevented through quite simple measures. I found it useful to group them into preventable disease and reversible disease. In preventable disease, there's onchocerciasis, xerophthalmia, and trachoma. All of these diseases are easily preventable through measures like adequate nutrition, good personal hygiene, and insecticides. Yet all of them left untreated, they can progress to this quite serious corneal damage. In reversible disease, there's uncorrected refractive error and cataracts. Strikingly to me, uncorrected refractive error is simply treated through glasses and contact lenses. Cataracts do of course need cataract surgery, however this is a surgical procedure that is known to be relatively simple for a trained ophthalmologist to carry out and is cost effective and time efficient. So that concludes just 5 key pathologies in global health ophthalmology, and just to reiterate the point, despite some quite simple measures, they are still 5 of the leading causes of global blindness and visual impairment.
I think one of the most important things I hope to achieve is to get to know other colleagues and how they're meeting their challenges and kind of the ways that they look for solutions to problems, especially in leadership.
I'm really hoping to learn from the faculty and also my peers and see how I can develop as a leader.
So it's actually inspired me to really think deeply about who I am, not just as a leader, but as a person.
Just by connecting me with some really interesting people who have already had some great achievements and who I think will go on to have even greater achievements.
The HLA has empowered me to consider leadership in all its shapes and sizes and to recognise that I am also a leader.
I like to be pushed a little bit out of my comfort zone, so I think when you start to feel uncomfortable with things, that's a good stimulus for growth. If you're not feeling uncomfortable, then I think you start to stagnate, and I think that's what the HLA offers as an opportunity to do.
To think about my own leadership style, and also to try and put on paper some initiatives I'd like to lead in the future.
I can develop as a leader of the team that I'm already involved in with Medics.Academy, but also pick up extra skills that will make me more effective in leading medical, clinical teams in the future.
Leadership is effective. Strong leadership inspires people to work independently, but it takes real skill in leadership to bring people together for real change.